Hey Nathaniel, let's take a look at this swing of yours. There's some good parts and some easy fixes for you. Let's just put it in super slow mo a couple times and look through it. What strikes me immediately is that you're standing really close to the ball, almost handcuffing yourself, and then you see how that club head comes away outside the line, and then you actually get in a pretty good position there at the top. There's a little loop there at the top, and then you can see that sort of handcuffing action right there where you're sort of jammed up. And we'll examine that a little bit more. Uh, but all in all, it's a really great golf swing. I love the fact that you have your club lined up there on the ground, so you know exactly where your target is. Uh, let's take you back. Let's take it back to the beginning, to your setup. Examine that. Um, golf golf is a game of millimeters, so I really would like to see you step away from the ball a little bit, and but not much. Probably like an inch and a half to 2 inches. So I guess that's a few more than a few millimeters. It looks like your feet are lined up a little, just a hair closed, which is okay as long as your hips and your shoulders are on the same line as your target line. Now, what I'd like you to take a look at here, I'm going to put a line, oops, a line right on the, to cover up your club head there, and as you take it back, you can see that you're actually a full club head, about 2.5 inches outside the line coming back. You see that? Um, so that's obviously gonna promote an outside to in swing path on the way down, which is going to make the ball go to the right. Going to impart left to right side spin on the ball. Um, and we saw earlier that your hands went through to the left after impact. That's going to do the same thing, but it almost has to happen since it's coming in from the outside. Now we're going to take you up and to right there. Look how shut your club face is, and that in that position right there. So I'd like to see you, if you step away from the ball and really think about a wider or longer backswing, not to sway your head away from the ball. Head still needs to stay still, but as wide an arc as you can, and that's gonna allow your hands, allow the club face to open up and allow your hands to open up naturally, just as they do right around in there, right where the club face is there. That's and where your arm is there. That means that your club should be around there, or more pointing in this area, but um, at that angle. Not to say it looks like I'm asking you to take it back way inside, and that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is to take it back more on this line, which is pretty much inside, as opposed to what you're doing right now, which is whoa, whoa, whoa. That's basically a quick representation of your swing path. Let's continue that, and what I'm seeing right here is that your shoulders are pointing out there. Let me change tools. Are pointing out there, and that's what we'd really like to do, is to get your shoulders and left arm at the top pointing more at the ball, so that you don't have to reroute to get back down. Now look at this little loop. This is cool. Right between that elbow of that hole that your elbow's making, there's a little loop there. So let's take it back so you can see it again. This is your back swing, and then we go loop-de-loop, and then right here, the first thing that's moving from the top of your backswing is your club head, which means that you're coming down from the top. What I'd like to see you do is hit a more solid position here. this is not really a bad position. If you had stepped away from the ball just a hair, and have this angle a little more steep, this would be a great position. I do want you to watch that you don't bend your left knee too much at the top of your backswing, because that will tend to make you dip your head down at the top of your backswing. But from here back to the initiation of the downswing, what I'd like to see is not the club head moving, but your hips rotating towards the target and your lower body initiating the downswing. That way you can maintain the lag. This is a lovely position that you've created here with a straight arm, and you've created an angle there that you want to maintain as long as possible until you release that at the ball, and that's where you get your power. So you've already released your angle right there, and what that forces you to do is to get really steep on your downswing, which is what you're doing right there. You're almost hitting down on the ball. And what I would like to see you do is to, again, initiate the swing with your lower body as opposed to the top of the, so your hips are still there, they're still square to the ball now, and you're already halfway through your downswing. Right there we can see that your hands are so close to your hips right there that's what I'm talking about when I'm saying handcuffing. And also look at this bow of your back. I'd like to see your back to stay flat or straight throughout this whole process. So let's take that back. Let's go back actually to address and look at that. So this is your address, and your back is almost straight. If you were to simply, again, step away from the ball to about there, have your toes be about there, and what that would force you to do is to bend over just slightly, a little bit more, and then your hands would hang straight down, and then your club shaft and head would come out to the ball there, creating an angle of about 144 degrees. 145 degrees would be this angle there is the optimum. It's what they say the best optimum angle is for that. And this isn't that bad of an angle. Well, actually what you're doing right here, what I'm seeing is that this is already curved, and I'd like to see that both arms straight at address, and then the club shaft coming out that way. So so think of a good thought for straightening your spine and allowing which allows you to rotate around yourself, around your trunk, and create a nice powerful coil. Think of sitting your rear end on, let's say, the edge of a windowsill or a window ledge, or even like a pool table or something a little higher than a chair, like a stool. So you're kind of sticking your rear end out a little bit. Let's take you back up through here, and you can really see that outside to in motion when I do that there. So I'd like to see you take the club back more inside so it comes around. That's a drastic representation right there, so not quite that far inside, but slightly inside. Think of inside the target line, and it's probably going to be going straight back, and you're going to feel like it's going way inside because you've been doing this for a while now, I believe. There we go. Up and through. Your tempo is really nice. But right there you can see how you drop your hands, you get steep on it, and then your hands cross straight over. Your hands literally went from there to there. So that's going to definitely impart a little bit of side spin to the ball. And what you want to do is throw your hands out more towards the target. And that's going to be a lot easier when you bring that club back more inside the line than you are now. And you're fighting to create a nice finish, and you've achieved that. So this is a really beautiful finish, nice balanced, lovely posture here. Love your footwork. It's great. So let's look at it in slow motion from the top one more time. So a really good drill for this, for taking the club back on the inside, is put a golf ball right there, right on the line of your club head is there. Your what do you call that? Your golf club is there to set your target line. So I want you to set a golf ball directly behind the ball you're intending to hit, and absolutely on your target line as well. So that's creating another target line for you. And I want you to take your club head back inside that golf ball and don't hit the second golf ball. So about 2 feet behind the golf ball that you're intending to hit, a 1.5 to 2 feet, and take your club head back inside that line so that you do not hit that golf ball. And that's a really good drill to teach you. You'll be surprised actually how hard that is, but really drill that for a while and see what happens. To take the club head back inside the line is going to allow you to square the club face up a lot easier, and you're going to get a lot more distance when you do that. So let's look at it in slow-mo a couple more times. Super slow-mo. You can really see it go outside. And then you're dipping slightly right there, and that's your left knee dipping slightly. Your head is dipped about 2 inches, and then it comes back up. We'd like to see the opposite. And then you got a lovely finish there. So try that drill. Try stepping away from the ball. You're going to feel like the distance of your hands from your body at address. I want you to feel that that distance right there is about, let's say a grip and a half. The distance of a grip on a typical iron, on a 5-iron, let's say. Let's say it's a grip and a half. So it's going to be out there because you're going to be leaned over. You're going to be bent over a little bit more, and your arms will still be hanging straight down, and then your club shaft angle will come out to around there. So it's going to flatten out this angle of this shaft a little bit. So just try that and work with that, and when you start feeling more comfortable with that, send it to me again and we'll talk about it some more. Thanks again, Nathan. Talk to you soon. Bye.